Welcome to the Spice of Life Variety Show. You indeed are a very special person, and we don't take for granted that you have taken the time to sit down, relax, and enjoy our show on this particular broadcast. We bring you greetings from the West Angeles Church of God in Christ, where Bishop Charles E. Blake and Mrs. May L. Blake are our leaders. From our hearts to your hearts, welcome. And we certainly pray for your family, for your friends, for your job, for your health, for your mind, for your spirit, for your finance, everything that concerns you. May you know that God loves you, and may you know that He's waiting willingly just to answer and help you out when you turn to Him and say, Lord, help me. I promise you He'll do that. Grab your pen and your paper, and we're going to show some information at the end of the show, our contact information, and just know that we are just so excited about today's show. And I know that this is not your first time. I know that you always watch the Spice of Life Variety Show. So by that, you know that Pamela Webb is sitting right here with me to help us out. How you going to help us out?
Dr. Lewis, how are you doing? Diane Lewis. I have to throw that in.
You got that in.
How with all your black on? Your black and your white. See, I did camouflage mine.
I see you did.
So, girl, you know we like to be informative and give people information that will help us and them.
Hallelujah.
So we're going to ask Dr. Lazarus some questions.
Isn't it good to have a professional?
It is.
You know, not just you
not
and me.
Listen to us.
Hello, exactly. So, see, audience, we have a professional on the set in the person of Dr. Veronica Lazarus. She is an individual that has such great resource. She is a doctor of internal medicine, cosmetic dermatology, of face and body. She is a doctor of medicine, of mineral resource science, and the list just goes on and on and on. Dr. Veronica Lazarus, thank you for coming and welcome.
Yes, I'm amazingly happy to be here with you guys today. It's such a privilege to be able to share with the people of God things that we might be able to suggest that can improve their daily lives, make their life better. But the most important thing is we're just happy to be people who serve the Lord, who are Christians, who go to the West Angeles Church where Bishop Blake and Mrs. May our leaders. I've known them for a long time, and I just really consider it a great privilege to be under them at this time. You know, ask me whatever you want to ask me. I'm here.
Because this is Ask Dr. Lazarus, so we're going to be asking you some questions. And I did detect accent. Where are you from?
Yes.
And a smile.
And a smile. Yes. I was actually born in Africa. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. That's where I was born. Okay. However, very early, I went to boarding school in Europe, as well as came to school early here when I was a teenager. You know, so I've been in the United States over 30 years, and I did all my training here. You know, yeah. So I started at the University of Buffalo. Where in New York, very cold. Very cold. Yes, you know. So I did my undergraduate there. Went on to Boston, where I did a master's of science in Boston, and came back to Buffalo and did medical school. Wow! So it's been all East Coast, and then but after medicine, I decided that the cold is enough. It's time to go on to look, you know. So when UCLA invited me out for their dermatology program, I decided I wasn't going back to the cold weather. Yes, so I just decided to settle in California. So, and since then I've been in Santa Monica. I have private practice in Santa Monica for the last 17, 18 years.
Wow. So you, really into I am so glad for the cold weather of Buffalo and New York that ran you to California, because now we have weep your horse out, New York. Now, did you always want to be a doctor?
Yes, my mom told me that at the age of 9, I told her that I was going to be a medical doctor.
Really?
That I was also going to have a corporation that will make other people's life better.
Really?
I'm doing exactly what I told my mom I was going to do at the age of 9.
That's amazing.
So it's
I wonder
unusual.
what influenced you. You probably don't even remember, huh?
My mom told me that I always wanted to take care of people.
Oh,
I always
okay.
I always wanted to be the,
A
just
caregiver.
a caregiver, so went into internal medicine. After that training in internal medicine, I thought, well, I have so much research background, with 2 Masters of Science degrees, that I needed to go into more research about the skin.
Okay.
And I felt that a combination of internal medicine as well as dermatology gave me a very broad training. So that especially when I'm in Africa or when I go on missionary trips, medical missions, I found that there's a lot of diseases that are manifest in the skin, and these are, in a way, they kind of give you an idea of what's going on inside the body. So this combination of treatment, training rather, this combination of training I find very, very useful when I'm in different parts of the world. Yes, and we've been able to we went to Rwanda in 1994 with the United Nations.
Oh, wonderful.
We took care of people down there, and we thought we were going to be there for just 2 weeks. We ended up staying 5 months.
5 months?
5 months. Yeah.
Quite a contrary.
Different study.
Yes, we ended up staying 5 months there because when we got there, they had a face. They had, these are people with children. They had a hope. These are people who wanted the same thing I wanted out of life. And in their dire strait, I couldn't leave them. So I took about 37 doctors down there at that time, and we used up all our supply, but the United Nations continued to fund us for the work there.
Wow.
And since then, it was like something sparked in my spirit, and I said, this is the reason for I train in medicine. This is the reason for which I was born, and I can just go in and do more and more. So every year we go to different parts of the world. We go to Nicaragua, we go to Gambia, we go to Nigeria, we go to Sierra Leone. So with all the problems they had in Sierra Leone after the war, there was a lot of amputees, children without limbs, or people dying of diseases that could be treated. We found ourselves very, it was really useful for us to be able to go.
Wow.
And one of our trips, what was really interesting, there was this woman who had this cancer on her chest that was open and oozing.
Wow.
And it was just such a traumatic sight just to see something like that. And in Sierra Leone, there was nothing. We couldn't let this woman. We had to do a radical mastectomy with axillary node dissection for this woman with a flashlight.
With a flashlight?
Yes, in the middle of nowhere, under local anesthesia.
Oh,
so we
thought,
So we thought that this woman was going to be dead when we came in the morning, but this woman was sitting up, praising the Lord.
Praise God.
But let me tell you what was really interesting about this experience was that this woman, everybody in this woman's village came to know the Lord.
Oh, that's
and I realized, I realized, wow, the hand of the Lord is never too short to reach you wherever you might be.
That is a wonderful testimony.
This woman is a testimony of the power of the Lord, that the Lord does not forget his people, and the poor will not always be forgotten.
That's right.
The Lord is quite able to have people come 10,000 miles into the little hole down there to lift you out of your miry clay. So that changed my life, and that's why every year we've done something different. We recently came back from Katrina. We took a team of doctors down there to take care of the people and help out in the Katrina problem. So this is our life, and obviously we practice medicine every day, but we're always looking for an opportunity to lift people along. Yes.
That's amazing, and nothing is better or giving you more satisfaction is rather than helping someone.
Yes.
Just reaching out and helping.
Yes, I feel, it doesn't matter what you have in life until you're actually able to really do something for somebody, pull somebody along on this journey of life. It's really not that rewarding. And so I'm privileged. It's a privilege for me to have been given the things that I've been given and to have been able to do the things I've been able to do. Yes.
Now, one of your titles, you got a zillion trillion of them, but one of your titles is that you're a doctor of medicine and mineral resource science. What is mineral resource science? Yeah,
what that is that I'm one of the directors of America Pacific Petroleum Company. What it is that there's a the west coast of Africa has a lot of oil, crude oil resources, and they ask people like me to come alongside to help them to be a better manage some of these resources. So that's what we do. We manage and help them with the resources that they have along the coast of West Africa. Yes, and those countries are so wealthy.
So rich.
Not,
rich
it's not just petroleum. It's gold, it's diamonds. In Sierra Leone, they've got all these resources.
Gone Africa.
Yes, yet they have all this poverty. So the issue then becomes, why is it that people who are so wealthy and so gifted have to live in such dire poverty?
Right.
And what the Lord has helped us with the training and knowledge He's given us is to go back and see, okay, well, we've got this. Why don't we see how some of what we've got can really benefit us and help with the poverty? Yes.
Now, you were talking about you could look at the skin and which is, you could tell what was kind of going on in the body because of the coloring, because of those various spots. I mean, what are you looking for when you look at the skin?
Yeah, in the third world countries, for example, there's people exposed to mosquitoes. There's a lot of mosquito bite. There's a lot of parasite. A kid can have like a little growth in their body. It's not just an ordinary growth. It's a lot of parasites sitting in there. So and these are treatable diseases. And the sad thing about some of the things that's going on is that people are dying of diseases that can be treated. So it's all well and good to have all these degrees and be sitting in nice places in Santa Monica, but that's not where the need is.
You want to help, yes.
So for me, just to be able to go out down there and just do what I can do, I think it's really the reason I think God gave me the training. Yeah.
Now, for those of us who are not in the third world countries and that kind of thing, you have any tips that you give us that could help us in our daily life?
Yes, there's a lot of ways that just by looking at the way your skin is just the greatest organ in the body, because it's just there. It's the first thing you see. So there's so many ways that the skin gives a telltale sign of what's really going on in the body. Going from high blood pressure to diabetes to all kinds of cancers. You can take a look at somebody's body and you can see that indeed the telltale sign of lack of health that's going on. So that's why, obviously skin diseases go the wide range of the kids who have the things like just ordinary acne,
right?
And that's a problem. People who have problem with the pigmentation problem, that's also But when in terms of the diseases that people live with every day, especially high blood pressure and diabetes, which is a big thing in our communities, I think we can see a lot of manifestation of that on the skin, whether it just be just the way that their nerves respond, and all that. I can see that. Yeah.
Okay. So in taking care of the skin, what is the best way to take care of skin? I've heard you shouldn't put soap on your skin or your face or something. What's the best way to take care of this greatest organ?
Yes. What I always tell my patients and what I always tell people is that the best thing you can do for your skin is to eat properly. The most important thing that the skin responds to is healthy nutrition. Yes, especially in our community, our food is very rich in oil, carbohydrates, and all that. And the manifestation of that is that there's a lot of breakout. There's a lot of obviously we have the problem with obesity and all that. All of that is just not what we want. We want to be able to get people to a point where they're eating properly. They're drinking a lot of water. They're eating a lot of vegetable. They're just really getting a lot more discipline into what goes into their mouth. Then once you've done that, then the skin, it's just like amazing. The skin just snaps back.
Really?
Yes, the skin. You will be surprised that just normal healthy diet with just a little exercise, like just even a walking exercise, regular walk maybe 2-3 miles a day, does an awful lot in improving people's well-being, improving just just the whole aspect of your life, longevity and all that. Yeah,
that's amazing. So does the skin rejuvenate itself after? Somebody told me after so many months or years or whatever. Does the skin renew itself, or the cells or something?
Yeah, well, the skin is one of those organs in the body that's very forgiving. Yes, it's very forgiving. You find that if your skin gets cut, it will heal.
I like that. Very forgiving.
Yes, yeah. And you find that if you take care of it, if you begin to change your pattern of living, and your skin is going to be the very first place you see. You're going to see that glow, that youthfulness, that freshness in the face and the part of the all over the body. So I always encourage people that the most important thing you can really do, obviously, spiritual health is the leader. If you're spiritually healthy, all of these whole things just come in together, and then you go on to being able to eat properly. Then it just reflects. It's all combination. It becomes all complete health. Complete health. Yeah.
Now, you work with laser rejuvenation. What is laser rejuvenation? I can't even say it, but what is that? Mouthful.
Yeah, what it is that we find that as we age, there's a lot of elements in the environment that make us age, and that's just the free radicals, the weather, the battering. The way you have to look at life is when you look at things that are sitting outside, whether it be a building, whether it be a car that you've parked outside, you see how it's beat down by the weather. So you look at it that even though we're inside, but we're also outside a lot of time, and we're getting the sun, we're getting the wind on. So the whole human being is beat down by this environmental elements, and we call them free radicals. So what does happen then is that with time, you just get so battered. So when you come into us, what we want to do is we want to take you back 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we want to figure out a way to rejuvenate your skin, especially the skin of the face.
Oh, okay.
Whereby we can either use a laser. I'm very conservative in the way I start with the skin, because I like to get to know the skin, because everybody's skin sometimes reacts differently. So you start by just making sure they're eating properly and they're doing the right things, and then you start them with just ordinary creams, ordinary creams that can take off layers of dead skin.
Layers of dead skin.
Dead skin, yeah. Just these are things that has exfoliating agents, whether it be salicylic acid, whether it be glycolic, whether it be retinate, those kind of things. They exfoliate the dead skin. Okay, and then you also want to give them things that lighten the skin, especially in our community. We want that even tone, that evenness of the skin.
Even tone.
Yeah. So you give them something that suppress the melanin. We grouped the skin into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different groups, and the most people in our community in the 5 range, the skin is really dark. So when the skin is really dark, that means we have a lot of melanin, active melanin cells. So we want to suppress the activity of the melanin to be able to give you that even tone that you're looking for.
Now, what causes the uneven tone on a person?
Yeah, there are several things. Number one, it depends also on the age of the person.
Okay.
Like I've already told you, as we all age, we're all battered by the free radicals.
Right.
Because what happens with that free radical thing is just you get that dewy, dull look.
Okay.
Your skin is not vibrant,
Right,
and So that's one thing. Obviously, in the younger people, there's also the effect of they had acne, they've had blemishes, and then there's all this unevenness in their skin that will give you the discoloration differences. And then also the aspect of illness. When we have illness, sometimes it's manifest like around the eye, whether it be hemoglobin problem, whether it be diabetes. Sometimes we can just see the way it manifests on our skin like that. So the whole idea of taking care of the skin around the face and using Obviously, the laser is very common. Everybody wants a laser treatment. But I think that anybody of color, before they utilize laser, they need to really be very cautious, because of the laser is not always the answer in our skin. So you have to go to some people who are very, very knowledgeable in use of the laser in the dark skin, because you don't want to end up more problem where there's a lot of where the colors are completely gone, or you end up being burned with the laser and all that. So that you got to be very careful with that. So it's always better to start with just the topical creams and see how much correction you get. Okay. If you need the laser just to tighten, there are different types of lasers now. The lasers are they're very advanced. There's the one we call the remodeling lasers. What they do is they farm up the skin, you know, so they can take a person from, you know, just to get them down 10 years younger just by tightening their skin.
Okay.
And that
Tightening the skin.
Yeah, these are the ones we call collagen remodeling lasers.
Okay.
Then obviously the one that's the resurfacing lasers that just kind of just give you that little very shallow topical treatment just to kind of brighten your whole look and all that. You know.
It's always, things are always changing and advancing and all of that.
Yes, yes.
Now with the laser, do you have to go back every so often and get that, or is that something that is a one-time deal, or what?
Yeah, no, well, one-time laser is never you know, because anytime you get in laser, it's always usually in a group of treatments. An average of 5 treatments before you can even get to the result that you want. Because we don't want to give too much energy at one time. Yes. Right. Yeah.
What is cosmetic dermatology?
Yeah, cosmetic dermatology is some of the things we're talking about now. I mean, obviously, there's the when people come and all they had was acne, a little blemish there, no. But now the dermatology now, the whole field is so advanced. Like we said, the laser came along, and also it's not just the laser, but there's also how we can borrow from different parts of the body and yes, yeah, that's the facial augmentation with your own fat. We harvest from the thigh or from the bottom, and we fill in, because what we find out is that as we get older, this is for both men and women alike, there's a loss of volume. Because when you look at a child, you can see that plumpness in their face, right? What happens in all races is that there's a loss of volume.
Okay.
It's less in our community than in the Caucasian community, because when there's loss of volume is more obvious on the in a Caucasian skin. But for our skin, because of the we have larger oil deposits and all that, it's not as obvious. But loss of volume is a big thing. So we find that when we borrow the fat from different parts of the body and fill the face, it's like you give people back almost 10 years.
So and that really works. I mean,
that works so much better than people trying to pull.
Do all.
I know in many, well, not too many years ago, so maybe 3-4 years ago, people were still into pull.
Right.
They pull in and they pull so tight it looks so awful.
Right, exactly.
But we find that just augmenting the lines, softening the lines, you know, just lifting up this area with some nice little fat, you know, it just really looks so nice on people.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, does that require ongoing treatment, or that's something you just do and be through with it?
Well, what we do is everybody's we inject their own fat in them. When we harvest fat and put it back in use, people react differently to it. For some people, it lasts them a couple years.
Okay.
3 years. For some people, it lasts only 6 months. So when we go to harvest, we harvest as much as we can, and then we can freeze it, and then whenever you need them, you can come back and they do them. Yeah. And
we're down to the last couple of minutes, but I keep hearing this word Botox. What is Botox?
Well, Botox is really good because it relaxes the facial muscles. You know, it's a what Botox is botulinum toxin. It's a form of toxin, and when it goes into the skin, it goes into that muscle just below the skin, and it denerves it. You know, it relaxes the nerve there. It's a temporary thing. It lasts for maybe 4-5 months.
Okay.
And you have to come back and inject more.
Oh.
Yes.
So it's a relaxer kind of?
You know, yes, it's kind of paralyzes that nerve that supplies that area of the muscle, so it stretches out the skin and it removes the wrinkles. The wrinkles is gone temporarily, and then it comes back when it heals. You know, so you have to come back and.
That's why I was just wondering. Okay, so more so for that. What would you want to leave with our audience?
Oh, I want them to know that the most important thing they can do for themselves that's not going to require an awful lot of money is to learn to drink an awful lot of water, to learn to get as much exercise as you can. You don't need to get into a gym or anything, but just taking a walk. Drive to a park that it's maybe with your kids, your friends or whatever, and drive to a park and just see if you can put in 2-3 miles regularly. Eat as much vegetable as you can, right? And you know, make it a routine. Make it a routine.
A life.
Yeah, make it yes, you know.
Wow, that's
you know,
amazing.
and make sure that as we're building our physical body, that we're building our soul, because it's by having that spiritual strength then we're able to sustain every other thing that we want to do.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Well, I tell you what, it's really been great. We appreciate the information. I've learned some things. What about you, Pamela?
Yes, I have.
I've learned some things, and so I gotta get on that water, and we gotta do that vegetables and exercise and all of that.
Yes.
Audience, we have been talking to Dr. Lazarus. We have said, ask Dr. Lazarus, and that's what we did. Dr. Lazarus, we've been asking you some questions,
Yes.
and thank you for the answers.
Yes.
To you, our audience, we want to encourage you to let's do what Dr. Lazarus said. Let's do, not you. Let's do. Let's drink more water. Let's get some exercise in. Let's get the vegetables in, the fruit in, and let's just take care of our body. Let's rejuvenate ourselves, and also too. You can copy down our contact information, and if you want to be put in touch with Dr. Lazarus, we'll be happy to make that connection, that holy hookup. And just so take care of yourself. Let's not get old before we need to. Let's take care of our skin. Let's take care of our face. Let's just take care of us. Until next time, know that we love you. God's blessings be upon you. Get some exercise. Drink that water. How about the flavored water? How's that?
The flavored water, that was good.
For he is worthy.